Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Jen Clayton Beauty. We do everything beauty and makeup, and that includes testing out a lot of eyeshadow palettes. Eyeshadow palettes are my favorite makeup alongside highlighter, but eyeshadow palettes definitely take the cake, and I love indie makeup. Indie makeup is my go-to. It's the best quality for the price, and I'm obsessed. And today we're going to be doing a full tutorial on an indie makeup brand that I recently discovered. I bought a palette from them about a month ago, fell in love with it, and when this palette was released from the brand, I immediately added it to cart, and that is Ensley Rain, and this is the Groovy Garden palette. I love this brand. She's a pricey brand, but worth the money for sure. The color story of this one is a little bit more on the warm tone neutral side. The first palette that I purchased, Cold Moon, was a little bit more cool toned. I actually did a full video tutorial on that palette. I'll link it down below for you. But as soon as I saw this more warm tone palette, I love a good warm tone shadow. I knew that I had to have it, and it actually shipped fairly quickly this time. Sometimes indie brands, Ensley Rain specifically, can take a little bit longer to ship. This one came quickly, and I can't wait to put this on my eyes. So if you're excited to see my review, tutorial, and first impression of Ensley Rain's Groovy Garden, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your bell on, because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. I will link the palette down below. I did use someone's discount code to save a little bit of money, so I'll put all of that information in the description box for you, as well as my favorite beauty boxes, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today. If you would like to shop this look, discounts to my favorite indie brands, and come follow me on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. So let's test out and create a look with Groovy Garden. As always, I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC paint pot. In Painterly, I always use an eyeshadow primer, and Painterly from MAC is my go-to. It's my favorite eyeshadow primer. I don't set it, but I do just tap it in to make sure that there's no creasing. This palette is so beautiful. We have a lot of neutral shades, but then we have some pops of color. We have some greens in here. We have some pinky purples in here. I love that we have light mattes, mid-tone mattes, and deep mattes in all of the different shades. So we have a lot of neutral mattes, and like I said, we have some oranges, some pinks, and some greens, and we have depth in all of the mattes, which is something I really look for and appreciate in a palette. I love that this is a matte heavy palette with the most amazing, gorgeous multi-chrome, duochrome shimmers. These shimmers swatch beautifully. They are exceptional, absolutely beautiful, exactly what I expect from Ensley Rain. And I like that, again, we have neutral shimmers, quite a few of those actually. And then we have a pinky shimmer, and then we have some green shimmers. I love the mushroom pan embossing. I think that is absolutely adorable. And this is just a very, very versatile palette. It's a big palette, but it's a versatile palette. All of the pans are magnetic, so you can move them around as you see fit or interchange them with other Ensley Rain palettes. This is a heavy duty stout palette. I love the packaging of it. I mean, really, I want to be her and live in that Groovy Garden. I just love this palette. Like I said, as soon as I saw it, I knew that I needed to have it. Now, I haven't created a fully neutral look in a while, and I know that a lot of you love neutral shadow, and I plan on doing a pink look and a green look. Don't get me wrong, but today we are going to focus on a neutral look. I do want to test out their neutrals, their warm neutrals, because like I said, my other palette is cool toned, so I'm really excited to see how these warm neutrals play on the eyes. So I'm going to start with this beautiful matte here called Good Vibes. It's kind of a mustardy brown matte, and I'm going to put that fully in my crease and pull that above my crease. I do have slightly hooded eyes, so I want to make sure that we can see that pretty matte Good Vibes when my eyes are open. So I'm going to focus that, like I said, in the crease and slightly above the crease. This shade is so grungy. Oh, I am loving it. It's giving me this warm taupey, poopy brown. I really like it. I love a good neutral, grungy shadow. Like I always say, with neutrals, they have to have a bit of a twist for me to really enjoy them, since I'm such a colorful lover, color lover at heart. And this is the twist. This grunge is the twist. To deepen up the look, I have to use this matte here called Hazy Dreams. It looks like kind of a brick red brown based matte. It's beautiful. And I'm going to pack that on my outer corner. I am going to bring that over just a little bit onto my lid and a little bit into that shade Good Vibes, just blending those together. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Look how beautiful and pigmented that is. It definitely has a little bit more berry than I expected, but I'm not mad about it. I really, really like it with Good Vibes. This matte is layering absolutely beautifully too, which Ensley Rain mattes are really, really nice. I'm excited to see what they release this year, and I'm planning on even picking up some of their older palettes, like their Strawberry Moon palette, and I think there's a couple other moon, Harvest Moon I think is the other one. I'm going to watch for a sale and probably pick those up, because so far I've been loving everything from the brand. It's quickly gotten on my radar and become one of my favorite indie brands. I'm going to go into the shade Bliss, which is this lighter taupe matte here at the top. And I'm going to use that to kind of blend the edges of those other two mattes and just get those seamlessly blended together. I will say that there is some kick up in the pan. I don't have any fallout, but there is a little bit of kick up in the pan, which typically means pigmentation. So I don't mind the kick up, but I did want to point out that there is a little bit in the pan. So now using my NYX glitter glue, this is another thing I use every time I do my makeup. MAC Paint Pot and NYX glitter glue, those are go-tos for me. I'm going to pop this on my lid so we can put on some of these absolutely incredible shimmers. Now I want to do one shimmer with my finger, one with a brush, so we can test out application methods. It's so hard to decide what shimmer to go with. I'm instantly drawn though to this one called Vintage Vibes. Look at that. It's insanely beautiful. So I think we're going to start with that. Using my finger, I'm going to apply that to about the outer 2/3 of my lid. Oh, she's so pretty. So, so pretty. Look at that. It is just foiled goodness. I mean, look at how stunningly pretty that is. It's this beautiful gold with a little bit of a brown base, so it pairs really nice with that shade Good Vibes and my crease. I really like that a lot, a lot, a lot. And then I think I'm going to pick up this shade Jazzed, and we're going to pick that up on a brush. That is a multi-chrome that shifts from pink to gold to purple. That's going to tie in that more berry shade that I have on my outer corner. And I'm going to place that right next to our other shimmer. And this is pretty. This has even more of a green shift than I expected. Not as much berry as I was hoping, a little bit more green, but it's really, really pretty. I think what I'm going to do is bring in this berry on my lower lash line with that pretty berry shade, shimmer shade in the palette. The other shimmer that immediately caught my attention is Lava Lamp, this beautiful multi-chrome that shifts from orange to green to gold. I'm going to pick that up also on a brush, and I'm going to place that right in the middle of my lid. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. Oh my goodness. That's just going to pop in a little bit of warmth, a little bit of orange right to the center of the lid. And since I ended up adding a little bit of green to the inner corner, I think I'm going to pop a green matte on the lower lash line. So we're going to do the shade Peace, which is this beautiful kind of foresty green, olivey green, army green matte. And I'm going to buff that on my lower lash line. I'm going to stick very close to my lash line. Okay, that is amazingly beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's such a grungy green. I am here for it. And then again, to bring in a little bit of the pink from our outer corner shade, which was that shade Hazy Dreams, I'm going to use Free Spirit, which is the pink shimmer shade in the palette. And I'm going to use that as my inner corner. Oh, that is so pretty. It's pink, it's blue, it's silver, it's green. Oh, it's so so pretty. And I'm going to just pull that a little bit onto my lower lash line as well. That is incredible. That would be so beautiful all over the lid as well. Oh my gosh, these shimmers in this palette, insane. You could also use the shade Moonchild, which is this pretty white kind of shifty shade as an inner corner highlight. There's a lot of great options in the palette. So let me go ahead and do liner, mascara, pop on a lippy, do something with this crazy hair. I actually just came home from working out, and I'll be back to share my first impression thoughts on the Ensley Rain Groovy Garden palette. So here's the completed look for today. All I have to say is wow, I am impressed. Not surprised, but impressed as always with Ensley Rain and the Groovy Garden palette. Let's go over this. Let me give you some first impression thoughts on the palette. First of all, I love the color story. Like I said, I love that they have light, mid-tone, and deep mattes. We have tons of neutrals with pops of orange, pops of green, pops of pinks. It's just a really well curated palette, and I very much appreciate the 2 full rows of mattes and then that middle shimmer row. I want to put every one of those shimmers on my eyes. I mean, they're absolutely incredible. They sparkle, they are foiled, they're gorgeous. Love, love, love. I love the mattes. The mattes layered beautifully. Like I said, there's some kick up in the pan, which means pigmentation, but I didn't have any fallout on my face at all. So if you're concerned about fallout, always do your eye look before your base makeup. Honestly, I do my base makeup always before my eye look. I just set my face, and if there is any fallout, I wipe it away, but there was literally no fallout with this palette, which is incredible. I love it. I love the quality of the mattes. I love how blendable, pigmented, opaque, and beautiful they are, and then the shimmers are a whole nother level. The shimmers are a whole nother level. The Cold Moon shimmers were exactly the same way, and I love that I have a cool toned palette and a warm tone palette from Ensley Rain. I can't wait to do a green look, a pink look, some more neutral looks. I'm actually really loving this neutral look because it's a neutral look with a twist. Because I added this fun free spirit on my inner corner that really looks pink and purple in the pan, but on my eyes, it's definitely more blue-green. It just added a pop of color, and then popping that green on the lower lash line, I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I love my look. I can't wait to wear this all day long. I love the palette. Highly, highly recommend. Like I said, I will link it down below for you with the discount code that I use. The packaging, 10 out of 10. The palette, 10 out of 10. Like I said, I can't wait to see what Ensley Rain brings out this year. Let me know down below if you picked up the Groovy Garden palette, if you want to pick up the Groovy Garden palette, and let me know your thoughts on my look. I'll link it down below with my favorite beauty boxes. All of the other makeup I'm wearing, I did pop on a lippy here from Unearthly Cosmetics. I'll put it all down below if you would like to shop my look. Discounts to my favorite indie brands, and of course, come follow me on TikTok for more makeup and beauty. Another huge, huge, huge win for Ensley Rain Cosmetics.